Hey guys, so I figured I would put together just a really quick video so that you can practice at home. Some of the things that we went over last class were the yarn and how to make a slip knot. I wanted to go over with you about buying yarn in case you haven't bought any yet. Some of you guys were asking about the size and how to determine the size. If you look at the label, you'll see that there are numbers on the yarn that tells you how thick the yarn is. For beginners, you really want to start with a 4. I think that's going to be the easiest to work with. Next to the yarn size, you're going to see hook sizes. There's a hook size for crochet and a hook size for knitting. A couple of you asked about the size of the hook that you need. If you pick up the skein of yarn, remember this is called a skein, next to the yarn size, it'll tell you the recommended hook size. This one here is a 5.5, it says. So you just purchase the hook according to what the label says. That's going to be your best bet. We talked about where to pull the yarn from. If you pull from the outside, you're going to find that it can get twisted and knotted pretty easily. But if you buy a skein of yarn that has a string that comes out of the center, that's going to be your best bet, because as you pull this, it'll just keep coming out kind of nice and neatly and keep everything wrapped up nice for you. The hook sizes and the type of hook you buy can vary. I have a bunch of different types and sizes here. You'll see that they have the size in millimeters. Sometimes they're listed as a letter. Some of them will have little rubber handles to make it easier for you to hold. This is a wooden one, and I just determined that maybe this isn't such a great one to buy because it has like a little splinter on it that was caught in my yarn. I can't find it now, but pulling it out of the skein, it definitely snagged the yarn. With the hook, the number that they're referring to is, so a 5.5 is 5.5 millimeters around the circumference of the hook, not the narrow part here, but what is this size. The hooks have little indentions on them that will help you hold it. You can hold your hook in any way that's comfortable to you. Some people use a knife hold where you're holding it almost like you're holding a knife. Some people hold it like a pencil. It just depends on your comfort. The yarn, you're going to want to start first by creating a slip knot. There's several ways you can do that. You can wrap it around your finger, create a loop, and then draw the string through and pull the tail, and that will give you a slip knot. If you know how to tie a knot, you can just pretend you're tying a knot, but instead of bringing the end through, normally to tie a knot, this end would be cut off and you just pull it straight through. You're just pulling that end until it gets tight around. And that's a slip knot there. You can lay it on a surface, bring it around like you're making a number 6, and then bring the top of the 6 through the bottom loop. It almost looks like a pretzel there. Hold on to the tail and pull up like this. You'll know you've done your slip knot right if when you pull on both ends, it disappears. Okay, just like that. It's that simple. The next thing we talked about was how to hold your yarn. It's going to depend on what is the most comfortable for you. The way I like to do it is I take the yarn and wrap it around my pinky once. I bring it up over my pointer finger one time, and then I grab it with my middle finger and thumb like this. I'll do that one more time. Wrap it around your pinky, wrap it around your pointer finger, pinch it between your thumb and middle finger. Okay? And that's about all we covered on our first class.